Hi everyone. This demonstration is going to be on how to do a movement I'm calling a hip slide shoulder stretch because I can't think of a better name. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. So, you're going to come down onto the ground. Sit up nice and tall. Feel free to bend the knees as necessary to get into this nice upright position. And you're going to take your hands and place them behind you with your thumbs pointing out, palms flat onto the ground. So from this position, you're going to engage down with your heels, gently lift the hips slightly off the ground so you're unweighted, and then slide your hips forwards until you feel a strong stretch in your chest and shoulders, down into your bicep, into the wrist. So the goal here is to keep your chest pointed up nice and high, so you kind of drive the hands back, trying to pinch the shoulder blades together. Take a breath in, and then exhale. You're going to drive through your heels back to your seated position. And then inhale and exhale. You're pushing your hands backwards, sliding your hips, and trying to, again, don't let yourself cave like this, because then you're not going to get a stretch. You're going to drive your chest up. Inhale, and then exhale. Back to your seated position. Now, if you're finding that's a little bit intensive on the wrists, just don't go as far. It's totally all right if you want to just go to here and then work on really trying to get that chest going. So you just can be relaxed. Inhale, exhale, really drive the chest upwards. You're still going to get a pretty good stretch, and then you can just work on how far you slide your hips forwards. If you are more advanced in your shoulder mobility and you want more of a challenge, you can take your hands and put the back of your wrist down. This is going to be a little bit harder to apply force backwards, so you're going to really have to rely on that slide. And so you're just going to kind of tuck yourself forwards, and then this is going to really get into your biceps and chest while you're doing this. Again, same thing, don't let it sag. Keep it up nice and high. Only difference is just the back of the hands. But I only advise doing that if you find that the palms down doesn't get too intense of a stretch, because in this orientation it's a lot of force through the shoulder, and it can be kind of hard to get in and out of if you don't have the capacity to put enough force into the ground. But it is still a really effective stretch if you are really tight in your chest, in the biceps. If you have the capacity, you can do a similar stretch with like a chair or something like this, where you just kind of lean and squat down. That's a little bit more common one. I find the ground variation like this allows you to put a lot of force into it and have a lot of control. So, you know what, I'm just gonna not do that. I'm gonna splice that together. So it's here. And then we're going to come up. Ooh. Okay. There you go. That's how you do the hip slide and shoulder stretch. It's a really effective stretch to get into the chest and the biceps and just basically everything in the front here. Key thing to make sure you focus on is keeping that chest nice and spread open and keeping a slight arch in the low back. Those are the two kind of key points to make sure you get a nice effective stretch.